Hey everyone, and welcome back to episode 13 of our Let's Play series for Football Manager 2016. Last time around we had a 1-1 draw against Celtic. It was a away game, which is a fairly good result for us. So we've got a game against Excelsior, a home game, and then another game, the home game against Celtic in 7 days. One thing I'm going to do, I'm going to jump ahead into the home game against Celtic, and we'll sort of just skip through the Excelsior game, and I'll let you guys know how the result went. So I'm going to do that, and I'll see you guys in a tick. And we're back. It is now game day against Celtic. So it's a home game against Celtic. We did have a 0-0 draw against Excelsior, which is a little bit disappointing. It wasn't a great game. We did play a very, very weakened team to make sure that a few of our key players were rested for this game. So probably not uber surprising, but still, yeah, that's fine. Righty, so this is Celtic. This is what Celtic have picked for this game. So actually, no, what are we looking here? There we go. So, what have they got? Pretty much the exact same team as last time. The only difference is that Armstrong, who's that? Stuart Armstrong is playing in the centre here, in place of Bitten. So I'm not quite sure where he's gone. Or Bitten, not Bitten. Yeah, everything else is the same thing. We're actually going to run with the same tactics as what we did last time. I think it worked really well, as we saw from the sort of little analysis that we did. Hiding is out, which is a bit of a blow because we lost our two good centre backs. It means that Vagiva and Riedewald are going to have to play. So centre back again. We're going to do that. Actually, where's Vagiva? There we go. There's Vagiva. That's better. Yeah. So Vagiva and Riedewald are going to play centre back. Actually, switch those guys over. So Riedewald likes playing on the left. Cool. Right. So Van Rijn is going to play. Oh, I'm actually quite tempted. Can we do it? I'm thinking about maybe playing Van Rijn in centre because I suppose he's not great at heading though, is he? No, he's only 9. Alright, no. We're going to put him out to right back then. I was thinking about the heading factor but he is a worse header than Riedewald and Vagiva, so he's probably better as out there as a right back. Alrighty, so we'll probably play Dykes out on the left again. I think he did well last game. Like we mentioned, he's a little bit more of an all-rounder player than Boylerson. Boylerson is much more of an offensive player. A little bit better form as well recently, so we'll do that. Milik's going to go back into the striker while El Ghazi played last time. Didn't play very well, so he's actually had a fairly big sustained drop in form. He hasn't really done that well. Like, he's getting some good development as we can see here. He's not playing all that well. It's probably to be expected. He's only 20, so that's going to happen. Lasashoni is out on the right there. We're going to put Klaassen back in as the AMC and Nemanja G as the box-to-box. Buzzaware is a little bit down on conditioning, only 91%, so given we've got Serrero out, unfortunately there's not a huge amount we do. Actually don't have any other defensive mids. I suppose we could probably maybe bring on Duarte later on and then move Nemanja G back to there, but we'll see how we go. We may just have to round the game. We're actually basically down on subs as well. We've only got 6 out of 7 subs. So is there anyone in the B team that we want to actually bring in that would be worth it? Sort by ability here. So Donny van den Beek. Definitely more of an offensive player. He's a little bit around like 12 positioning, 12 tackling. So it's actually not bad. So actually going to bring him in. We're actually going to bring him into the first team. He actually has developed really well for an 18-year-old. I think this guy is going to be one of our best players. Actually, I think he's going to be an absolute star. He's only got another what? He's got 2.5 stars and he's got 3.5. So at least another full star, probably 2 stars of development. There's a little bit of sort of ambiguity there with some black stars. You guys probably can't see that. Yeah, so he's actually fairly quite well rounded now. A little bit down on the physicals, but that's to be expected given he's 18. Strength and stuff is going to come up. Fairly good in like most of his mentors as well, which is quite pleasing. He's actually done quite a bit of progress there, and his technical stuff is starting to come up as well. So we're going to bring him into the senior squad, and he's going to maybe even stay there for the rest of the season, given that Serrero is going to be out for a while as well. So submit team, there we go. Yeah, so he's going to come in. So Serrero is out for, how long is he out for again? Yeah, 4 to 5 weeks. So I think Donny van den Beek's actually probably going to stay in the team for a little while, and he can be a good option. Probably playing mainly in Eredivisie games, but we'll see how we go. Alright guys, so that is the team. Actually no, it's not. That's right, Armin Younes is out as well, isn't he? He's out for 3 to 4 weeks. That's a blow. So we've got Nuria who can play out the left. Could also play Duarte, but he's only down to 91% conditioning. So we're going to start with Nuri out on the left, even though he's not really super suited to that role. I mean, he's accomplished. Yeah, accomplished, and he's preferred right foot, so he's going to cut in, so that's fine. But yeah. Alright guys, we're going to give him a run. A little bit down on our numbers in terms of our quality of our players. We've got a few good players out. the wide players down the outside to make sure that they keep crossing. Absence of Johnny Hiding is sure to be felt. How hard would it be without his services? We'll be fine. Alrighty, yep, so like we said, we're going to funnel both these guys on the outside. Probably close down these two. Again, I think it worked fairly well. Do pick up a few yellow cards, but we'll see. Going to keep an eye on this right-hand side for there as well. If Blackett really keeps pushing up again, may look at funneling actually all our play down the left. So there's a little bit of a counter there. We don't want Dykes to get pushed back as much as he did last time. So we may actually funnel a lot of our play down the left. And basically as like a counter them, so we can just go back, have a little bit of a battle royale out on our left flank, and basically go sort of head to head with them and back that our players are better than theirs, and we're actually going to do a better job. So we may do that. We're going to get our assistant to do this again. We're not going to go hard tackling for any of these guys. Where's the referee, by the way? Is the referee reporting here somewhere? Let's have a look at the referee, because last time around he was pretty yellow card happy. So, alrighty, so the AMR we're going to show you onto the right, and the AML we're going to show you onto the left. Lee Griffiths, we're not going to do that again, because I don't think it's worth, because he's fairly strong on both feet. We are going to type mark him. Stephen Johnson, we're actually not going to type mark him. We are going to close you down, though, I think. We didn't do it last time. I think he probably had a little bit too much of the run of the play. So we're going to do that. We're also going to close down the two AM. Actually, no, Betton's in. So they actually changed that. So they had Scott Brown, didn't they? They've actually brought that. I thought it was. Or maybe it was always Mr. Bitten always in there. Maybe I just made a mistake. Anyway, we're going to close both of these guys down. You can actually see here, I'm not sure if how well you guys can see that. See Tyler Blackett is actually pushed up further than the rest of his back line. So the rest of them are sort of, all equal to this sort of darker green strip, whereas Tyler Blackett's actually, his little shirt is actually pushed up further. So that's an indication that he's actually more attacking. And same with Masijan here. He's actually pushed up further than Crommins is. So they're really going to focus their down this right-hand flank here. So we're actually going to do the same. I'm going to jump into our tactic once we set it up. Continue to the team talk. Favourites, we're going to say push on. Yep, that worked. Cool. Right, so jump into the tactics here, into our overall tactics. We're going to jump into our team instructions and say look for the overlap and also exploit the left flank. We're going to see how that goes. I'm going to keep a very, very close eye on this in the first sort of 10-15 minutes of the game, see if it works. If we are sort of getting overrun down the left, I'll look at changing that. But I think that's hopefully going to work. Alright guys, I'm going to pause the video and we'll be back either partway through the game or at the end of the game, hopefully with a good result. So I'll see you all soon. Hey everyone, and we're back. Righty, so 1-1. We conceded a very disappointing goal in the 6th minute from a corner. One of their, I think it was Charlie Mulgrew, was just completely unmarked in the centre of the box, which is ridiculous it was. Anyway, and Lassashone pulled one back fairly late on. So the game is at 1-1 and the tie is evened up now. So we both have the away goals, so I would go to extra time at the moment. So hopefully we can pick one back up in the second half. About halfway through the first half, I actually switched to our second formation. The first one wasn't. The tempo wasn't high enough. We were giving them too much time on the ball, and they were just pulling the ball through the lines, basically from back to front. It was way too easy for them to push it through the lines. So I've switched over to the second tempo, which is a lot sort of higher mentality. We close down a bit more. We play a little bit higher up. Also has the look for the overlaps here and all that kind of stuff. So it's working a little bit better. Having these two wing backs pushed up quite a bit more is actually working a lot better. We're actually pushing them back a little bit more now. So we're actually starting to dominate possession now, whereas we weren't in the first half, or most of the first half. We had less possession than what they did, which is very unusual for us. So Lee Griffiths has been an absolute handful. He's got tight marking and closing down, so he's actually ripped away a few long shots. He's actually dropping quite deep. So we actually switched him over to high closing down as well, to close him down and stop him actually getting those long shots away. Still think it's working pretty well for the wide players. They're not really haven't had too much of an impact. Our heading and stuff, all that kind of stuff is going fairly well. So I think everything is generally going fairly well. Favourites here need to remind the players not to let the fan down. So I'm going to say, tell them to give them the performance. Didn't really do a whole lot. That's fine. So how's everyone going? Everyone looks fairly good. I'm going to try a few, I believe you've got what it takes. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Yeah, it's not really doing too much at the moment, is it? Alright, didn't really do much. Alrighty guys, I'm going to pause the video and we'll be back hopefully into the second half with a victory. Alrighty, extra time guys, still 1-1. We actually had Silerson saved a penalty in the second half. It was, couldn't believe it. I was about to throw the computer through the window. We only conceded 1 penalty all season, then we conceded 2 in 2 games against Celtic, so luckily Silerson saved it. And we actually absolutely battered them in the second half. It says the performance was disappointing. It's hard to know. Usually I go with what he says here because he's a good sort of guy and usually knows what the right thing to say. I'm going to say... Yeah, right, so that works out. But I personally, I think, obviously we didn't score, but, we absolutely battered them. We did. We dominated possession. We had that many good chances. Unfortunately, just didn't go into the net. So, a lot of our guys are really down in conditioning. We've actually made all of our subs, but those Celtic have as well, and I think they're going to be fairly down as well. If we're going to jump into their player ratings, yeah, they're just as low as we are. So, a few of them even lower. So, conditioning and stuff shouldn't be a problem. But, yeah, alrighty guys, I'll be back in a minute with the end of extra time. And the game goes to penalties. Alrighty, so I sort out our penalty list here. So, penalty taking. So, Lassashoni is going to go first. He's got some good composure. Just looking through the list here. So, we're going to go in the order of penalty taking. We haven't really got that many good penalty takers, which is unfortunate. Put you next, then you, then you, then you, then you, and then you. Oh, dearie me. Alrighty guys, here we go. I'm going to show you all this, may as well. Yep, could be interesting. Let's move this out of the way. There we go. Cool. Alrighty, I'm going to bump through these to get these going a little bit quicker. Alrighty, here we go. First penalty. And he misses. Woohoo! Shone scores. Alright, so that's to us. Looks like the game's going through a little bit quicker now, so I'm going to keep it going like this. Alrighty. And he scores. Alright, so we're still ahead. It's okay. It's all good. No need to panic. So we've got Klaassen coming up next. He puts it in too, so we're still ahead. Awesome. So it stays like this. We're going to be through. Obviously a long way to go. Long way. Charlie Mulgrew. And he slots it in too. Alrighty. So still up at the moment anyway. So who's up next? I can't remember. Nemanja G's up. He puts it in. Good. Alrighty, we're starting to get down to our not so great penalty taker, so hopefully we win it in the 5. And he scores that one as well. Alrighty, so we're still in hunt. If we can score 2 more, we win. Come on, who's next? El Ghazi, oh god. Oh, I knew that was going to happen. Oh, he hasn't been playing well. He's in bad form, no confidence, and he misses. Damn it. Oh, and he missed toe off the bar. Oh, no. So if we score this one, we win. Nuri. He can do it. He's the man. Oh, no, you're joking. Oh, God. He scores. Alright. That's not good. Who's up? Into our defenders now. Riedewald, you can do it. He scores. Awesome. Alright. So it's back to even. It's all good. Johansson. Oh, he scores. Alright. Dum-dum-dum. Fagiva's up. 2 central defenders. Experienced man like him won't miss. He won't. Awesome. Alright. Still up. 5-5 at the moment. They've got to miss one soon. They can't keep scoring. Can't believe had both young guys missed. It's disappointing. Oh, he missed. Oh! Sorry, if we score this one, we win. Who's up? Van Rijn. You can do it. You're a legend. Yes, and we win. Oh, dearie me. Alrighty, we got there in the end, guys. 6-5 on penalties. And we're through. We are through in the Euro Cup. Yeah, it's fair enough. I actually didn't meet them, so I'm just going to say got away with that result. Yep, that worked. Cool. Alrighty, guys. So we got there just in the end. I don't think there's very much point looking at the analysis and stuff. Not a whole lot happened, so we're just going to jump out of it now and yeah, see what's going to happen. See how our draw is. I think it's going to be Tottenham, actually. I think from memory. So that's good. We are through. Very, very exciting. Got a few injuries though, so that's not good. Cool. So we're through to the second round knockout. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So Milik's out for 6. Oh my god, you're joking. 6-7 weeks. What about Dykes? He had a facial injury. You're joking. We had some really bad injuries. Like, they're not just normal injuries too. They're like long-term injuries. Like 6-7 weeks is a long time to be out in like football. Yeah, we got Tottenham as well, so interesting. Got a bit of money for that, which is good. A report from Virgil, which is fine. Good, good, good. So how many games we got left? Fair few, don't we? Probably about 15 or so, 10 or 15. Alrighty, really struggling with injuries now. So I'm going to bring up some young guys, I think. We only got one. Don't really actually have a recognised striker. We've only got El Ghazi. He hasn't been playing very well at all, unfortunately. Klaassen, why are you... Oh, suspension. Oh, bugger. So Klaassen's out for the Tottenham game. Oh, dearie. Alright, at least our young guys are going to get a good run in the team in the last half of the season. A bunch of our first team players out. So where there's nothing I'm doing with training, like we've got good coaches, we've got good facilities, we've got good medical staff. In terms of training, like it's only on medium. Yeah, medium overall workload. They're getting rest after every game. They're not being overworked, so I really can't say it's anything wrong with the training. So I'm just going to have to say that it's just, unfortunately, it's just unlucky. Could have something to do with maybe playing some guys below condition sometimes, but even that I'm not really quite sure. Could be, I'm not sure, but we'll see. Alright, we have a game against AZ in there in 5th place. It's a home game, so hopefully we can do fairly well against that. And after that, we've got a game against Willem 2, which is an away game. So I think I'll just run through this AZ game, and then we might jump ahead until maybe the Tottenham game, which I think is only in a couple of games' time. So I'll show you the team and the setup for the AZ match, and yeah, we'll do our sort of normal match run through there, and yeah, see how we go. So PSV is sitting in second at the moment. They did actually have a loss last week, which was their first loss in a while, and they won there. So how far are we in front? We're still only 4 points. We've got a game in hand though, so if we win, we'll be 7. Already encouraged by Richard Lee's development. She's doing quite well. We should actually probably check out our development, our training. Might do that at the start of next episode. So the menu G's back, which is good. How's our under 19s going? Sitting in 5th, which is not amazing, but it's not too bad really. Aston Villa sacked their coach. Man United had a draw, so they're back down to 4th. 27 games through this season. Cool. Probably actually going to check out, once this next little thing stops, check out the other leagues, how they're going. So, League in Focus. Here we go. So, in Spain, Real Madrid are on top by 8 points. Barcelona's 8 points behind. Real Sociedad. It's a bit of a joke, isn't it? Sitting in 3rd. Atletico in 4th. Valencia, Espanyol. Yeah, so it's obviously in real life. Real Sociedad are really struggling under David Moyes. So, Premier Division we've seen. League 1, AS Monaco's on top, which is interesting. Paris Saint-Germain is actually 11 points behind. They've got a game in hand though, so they could be, yeah. Which is interesting. So Paris Saint-Germain not doing that well, which is, I wouldn't surprise if Laurent Blanc doesn't last long there. Alrighty, German First Division, Bayern's in 2nd, so Stuttgart's actually leading. Dortmund's in 4th, they're 13 points behind, so a long way behind. So Stuttgart and Bayern are the two standouts this season, which is quite interesting. What about relegation? About for England. Leicester, Crystal Palace and Norwich. Yeah, it's not too many surprises there. Bournemouth doing well, which is quite good to see. I quite like Bournemouth. Serie A, Juventus, Roma into Napoli. It's not too surprising. AC Milan's down in 8th. Udinese in 19th. Just a bit of a surprise. Eredivisie we know. The Championship. Brentford, Hull, Fulham, Cardiff, Derby, Brighton. Nottingham Forest, Sheffield Wednesday and Reading in the relegation. Interesting, and Celtic are 4 points clear in the Scottish thing, and cool. Alrighty, so that is quite interesting. Alrighty guys, we're going to jump into the AZ game, which should be coming up now. Cool. Get through these little things first. Oh, dear me. Interesting to see how we go against Tottenham, actually. Yeah, anyway. Cool, alright, so they play a 4-2-2, well, 4-2-4, I guess you can call it, 4-2-2-2, 4-2-2-2. Alrighty, so pitch, it's a home game, isn't it? So yeah, we're at the roof, so that doesn't matter. I've got some injuries, don't we? Alrighty, so what are we going to do with our team? We're going to put, obviously, El Ghazi's going to be our striker, because he's our really only one we've got. We're missing our left back, so we're going to put Bolus in there. At least we've got a replacement for him, which is good. Van Rij needs rest, so Terry L's going to come into there. Heitinger can play, so he's going to come in place of, I think, probably Riederwald. He's played a number of games. Nick Vergeeve is still down, but that's unfortunate. I think Donny van den Beek's going to actually get a game. So Davy Claessen's actually got low morale. Why would that be? No reasons I can see. There's nothing really wrong. Can't really ask him about ambassador team morale. Players are content, really happy both on and off the pitch. Okay. So I'm not quite sure what's wrong with him. Actually, his morale's just actually improved a little bit there. So, and Nemanja G's down a little. Everyone else is like really quite happy, but Davy's actually down to poor morale. I'm not quite sure. He's been playing a lot. He's played a lot of games. He hasn't been in amazing form, but anyway. I think probably Daly's actually going to get the St. Graven's going to get a game. I think he'll probably give Klaassen a rest. Could maybe help me out potentially. Donny van den Beek, where can we play you? I think we're going to give Nemanja G a break. Put you into the box-to-box role there. It should suit you fairly well. Duarte is probably going to play out on the left in place of Nuri. Shone probably have to play again. We don't really have anyone else to put there in. So look at all those injuries there, dearie me. Alrighty, so we can jump into our B team. What do we want? Probably want a replacement striker and another sort of maybe attacking midfielder right, or another midfielder. Maybe defensive mid as well, or even a centre back. We use all of those. Alrighty, going to jump into our B team, see with our current potential, our current ability. So Dejan Melig is the next one. He can play left or right. His preferred foot is the right, so he could actually play out on the right, couldn't he? His preferred foot is left, so he can play on the right, which means he'll cut in. Yeah, he's probably not really quite ready yet, but maybe we probably have to move him up. We'll move him up. We'll give him a go in place of Lasse Schöne for the start of this game. So he's going to jump into there. Actually wanted by who? Yeah. When does your contract end? Oh, this year. Oh, dearie me. We've got a bunch of guys. That's right, I didn't give you a contract. That's right, I didn't, did I? Interesting. I think that was because I thought you probably weren't going to be good enough. You only got 2 stars, and you only got another half star of development left. That's probably why. I might actually give you a 1-year contract if I can swing it, just because we're probably going to need you around for the end of this season. Don't want to give you 3. What about 2-year? We'll give you a 2-year one. It's too much money though. Don't pay you that much for someone who's not really going to play. Why can't we drop it lower than that? I don't know. I'm not quite sure why we can't drop it lower than that. Interesting. Anyway, already 10 games, that's way too much money. I'm don't exclude that one. I don't want, that's a huge amount of money for you. Loyalty bonus, I'll give you a little bit more, just to maybe buddy you up a bit. I'm happy with all of those. Will you take that? No, you won't. Oh, damn. No, I'm going to leave. You're here until the end of the season. I don't think you're 21 years old. You've only got another half-star development. You're not quite good enough to play for us really at the moment. So you'll be here for this season, and then we'll probably get rid of you. You should let your contract run out at the end. Yeah, alright, we're just going to do that. Anyway, you can play out on the right in place of Lasse Schöne, so there we go. Get a game there. Alrighty guys, very, very weakened team. We're going to see how this goes. I'm going to pause the video in a tick, and we'll probably jump ahead to the Tottenham game, so I'll see you all guys soon. Oh, dear God, that was a frustrating game. Well, I'm going to show you something in a minute, guys. It was a 1-1 draw. We scored the second goal. A lot of our guys played fairly well. Just couldn't that many shots. I agree though, we should be winning these matches. It wasn't good enough. I'm going to show you something here which just gives you an idea of how the game went for us. Player ratings. Their goalkeeper had an 8.3 match, which is nearly 2 points better than anyone else in their team. He made that many saves, it wasn't even funny. He's their player of the match because he made 6 bazillion different saves. I'm going to jump into the teams here and show you Ajax. What about AZ saves? What about actually shots, scoring chances? Where do we have shots actually? Shots, there's shots. Oh, there we go. All of these, we had 9 shots in there were saved. Look how close range they were as well, and had 3 blocked. Oh, he just had one of those games you couldn't... Actually, before we scored the goal, like in the set, we scored the goal in the second half. Before that happened, he actually had an 8.7 rating. It dropped a little bit after we scored the goal. He had an 8.7 that just tells you... Anyway, that's life. We're struggling a little bit now. Our form is definitely dropping quite a lot. So we've only got a 5-point lead now, which is a little bit concerning. So a lot of draws. That's our problem. We're not losing matches. We're just drawing them. We're still in front, though. It's definitely not a problem. We're still doing okay. It's just too many draws here and there. I'm actually thinking maybe switching our formation to our second choice formation to actually that's a little bit more attacking. And actually seeing whether that does any good, whether that sort of, if maybe that's a little bit... Maybe we just need to be a little bit more adventurous. Maybe we're sort of sitting back a little bit too much. And now that we're sort of winning the league, maybe teams are sitting back against us too much and we're just sort of struggling to break them down. So I'm thinking getting something that's a little bit more creative, something that moves a little bit quicker. Maybe if we up the tempo a little bit, we can actually sort of pull defences apart a little bit more. So thinking we might actually try that for the next few games. We're just going to play our second choice formation as the starting formation for a little while. See how we go. Frankie de Jong out for 2 to 3 weeks. So the game against Willem too, we've got a whole bunch of Ajax players on loan there. Actually, look at our schedule actually. So got the game against Willem 2, and then 4 days after that we got the game against Tottenham. What I think I'm going to do, I'm actually going to skip ahead to the Tottenham game, and we'll run through that, and I'll let you guys know how the Willem 2 game went. So see you all shortly. Alrighty, it's game day, guys, against Tottenham in the Europa League. Or not Europa, yes it is Europa League, isn't it? Yeah, different name. Alrighty, so Tottenham. It is away against, it's away, isn't it? No, it's the Amsterdam Arena. Interesting, so it's a home game first up, which is probably good news for us. We had a good 3-1 victory over Willem 2. We had El Ghazi scored a couple of goals, so his first goals he scored for quite a while. Zivkovic actually scored against us, so he's an on-loan Ajax player, looking very, very good. So in previous versions of the game, he has been very, very good. So pleasing to see he's had a bit of development, and he should be a very, very good player for us next season, which should be good. So Tottenham. We're going to jump in and do a little bit of analysis. I won't run it too long because I know the episode's been running for a while already. So try and get through this fairly quickly. Just going to do a bit of a quick analysis. Obviously, they've got lots of good players. Hugo Lloris is brilliant. Alderweireld, love him. Very good player. Obviously, used to play at Ajax for a number of years. A very good player for Ajax. Also, Christian Eriksen. So they've got a few ex-Ajax players. So Christian Eriksen, absolute beast. When he was at Ajax, when you could actually manage him, he was an absolute gem. So obviously they've got lots of good players. I don't think there's probably too much point in sort of running through all the different options they've got, because we know that they do have a lot of different options that they can utilise if they need to, which is interesting. So we should basically have a look at their tactics. So they start lots of different tactics, which is very, very interesting actually. The tactics used, there we go. 4-2-3-1 is what they usually start with. They do switch to a few other ones, looks like late in game, so pretty much stock standard formation there, nothing too much to report. Goals, we're going to do a quick analysis here. Nothing really jumps out at me here. Got a few out from the right, sort of deep from right there, which is interesting, some long shots. Concede, nothing really jumps out at me there. It's usually assists actually is where I find this. So you got most of their assists from out wide, which is probably not too surprising given you've got players like Lamela out on the right and all that kind of stuff, so some really quality players out wide. Concede, nothing really jumps out at me there either. Do sort of get some from long, but nothing sort of jumps out at me really. Goal types, place shots, a few headers here and there, overhead kicks, lobs. Nothing's really jumping out at me too much. Goal assists, passes, crosses, a few through balls, which is interesting, so maybe suggest they do play quite a few through balls. Not a whole lot from crosses, and they don't really score a whole lot of headers. I suppose 10 assists from crosses, and they got 8 headers. So I think Harry Kane's fairly decent in the air from memory. I may have a look at that in a little minute just to see how actually good he is. But yeah, nothing's really jumping out at me. Nothing in terms of, you know, nothing that we sort of really need to address or anything like that. We may have a look at some stats. Well, where is it? Is it overview? No. Summary. There we go. Yeah, so Harry Kane's their form player. He's also their top goal scorer, and Eriksen is their most assists. So we're going to look at here's where he's actually been playing. So he's been playing AMC for the entire game. So we know that's where he's going to play, which is not surprising. And yeah, so Harry Kane is their best player. So how is he like? So he's pretty good in the air. 16 heading, 16 jumping. So we have to be careful of that. Fairly obviously good, very, very good player. Good composure, good movement, from pretty decent physicals, all that kind of stuff. So most common passes, assists, time. Most common is first to 15 minutes, so early goals. Most common assist is the right wing. Worst attribute, most common. Yeah, all right. All right. So that doesn't really tell me a whole lot. Perfectly, I don't think there's probably anything really needs changing from anything that we saw there. Unfortunately, we have Manu G and Klaassen both suspended, which is a massive blow for us. So, what we're going to do, we've got Van Rijn, probably leave him out on the right. Heitinga and Riedewald can stay. Dykes, I think probably Boyleson actually. I think may as well go for broke, given it's a home game. I know Boyleson's more offensive, but he has been playing relatively well. He is a good player anyway. Richard Williams to Buzzaware is probably going to play down to defensive mid actually. And I'm probably going to put Donny van den Beek in, I think. I think Sint-Graven's going to play at central mid attack, and Van den Beek is going to play that box-to-box role. Nuri's going to stay out on the left. He's been playing well. Lasashoni is going to stay on the right. He's also been playing well. El Ghazi is going to stay up front, and for Giva, you're going to come in as a sub, and we're still one sub down, so I'm not really going to bring anyone up from the second level. I don't think it's really worth it. Yeah, alright, so this is going to be our starting team, guys, and we'll see how we go. A little bit pessimistic coming up against Tottenham, but I know we have got some good results before. A bit more, I know I mentioned we are going to sort of change to our sort of one with the wing backs. We will play this one to start with, and just see how we go. So, yep, interesting. No, I'm not going to take all those off because it's too much hard tackling there. Actually, I'm going to leave the Christian Eriksen one on though. He is their best assist, so I probably suggest he makes the team beat a bit. What about Eric Lamela? Does he have a weak foot? I can't remember. So he plays on the right, so he cuts in. So I'm actually going to show him onto his right, because he's not that strong, given he's actually coming out right, even though he will be crossing. His crossing isn't his thing, so he's obviously an inside forward. He likes to come inside, score goals, all that kind of stuff. So we're actually going to show him onto his right foot. What about the other guy, Chadley? He's either footed, so that doesn't really matter. We're just going to leave that one. Alrighty, challenge the team to pick up where they went. Once you pick up where you left off, which is good. Alrighty guys, I'm going to pause the video and we'll be back probably at the end of the game and we'll see how we go. Welcome back guys, a rather fortunate 1-1 victory. We scored a 92nd minute goal from Duarte, so it's actually proven pretty good to actually bring him back to the club. He's done quite well since he's come back, so it will be interesting, may actually keep him around next season. So, yeah, so we were actually very, very much outplayed. I'm not really sure it's disappointing. I'm going to go with unlucky, because I thought it was, because we were pretty much outplayed. So, as we'll see here, we did have most of the possession, but shots on target, or shots on target, obviously we were dominated. So, just that individual quality, they are just, you know, a bit of a different level to us. Boyleston had man of the match, though. He did really well. He did play very, very well going down that left. So as you can see, he had made a lot of tackles, interceptions and things. So even though he's not a defensive player, he did have a really, really good game. Alrighty guys, so that is that first victory. So obviously they've got the away goal, so they're definitely in the box seat. But, you know, it's a draw, so we can go there and snatch a 1-1. Mauricio Pochettino has claimed the team's late goal against him was entirely undeserved. What a rubbish assertive. We deserved far more than that. There we go. Don't listen to him. Alright guys, I think I'm going to end the episode here, and we'll be back next time, and we'll run through a few more Eredivisie games, and then look the one against NEC, and then we'll jump into the second leg of the Euro Cup. So once that's done, I'm probably going to run through the end of the season fairly quickly, just so we hopefully get through the end of the season within the next episode or two, really. And yeah, that's assuming if we get knocked out of the Euro Cup. If we don't, if we continue our run, then obviously we'll keep running through that. But yeah, so alright guys, hope you've enjoyed today's episode. Hope you enjoyed this series, and as always, it would be amazing if you could subscribe to the channel and like the video. That would be enormously appreciated. Hope you all had a wonderful day, and I'll see you all soon.